True Media, what's good with the people, man? I want to talk to y'all about sowing good seeds, man. Um, it's important, brother, to make sure you sow a good seed. Make sure uh, you do everything in your power to live a righteous life. You feel what I'm saying? And sow good seeds. Let's talk about that for a minute. See, after all the money, after all the fame, after all the cars, houses, and clothes, after the status, all the likes on social media, after chasing all the women, for women out there, after chasing all the men, after all the partying, vacations, money, materialistic items, shopping sprees, after all that, we all got one thing in common, and that's death. You feel me? We all got that one thing that's guaranteed to happen to us all, no matter what, and that's death. Period. I don't care if you white. I don't care if you black. I don't care if you Asian. I don't care if you Hispanic. I don't care if you're Indian. It don't matter. One thing we got to face and we got to deal with is one day expiring. We all got to face death. Some may face it at a young age. Some may face it at a middle age. Some people may face it at an older age. But we all got to go through the gates of death. That's just the way it go. And so make sure, man, you know, while you here, you sowing good seeds. You feel me? Make sure you sowing good seeds. Make sure you doing right by people. You know what I mean? Make sure you being honest with people. Make sure you living for peace and not living to impress other people. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of us right now, man, believe it or not, we out here living for other people. We out here living to impress other people, doing things to impress other people. And we ain't even happy. We not even joyful at doing what it is that we want to do when it comes to fulfilling life. Make sure you sowing good seeds out here, dog. Make sure you leave behind a good resume. Make sure when you gone, people got more good to say about you than they do bad. And they got more to learn about you. Like you give people something to learn. You give people something to think about. You give people something to strive to become. It's not about having money. It's not about having all the tangible goods. It's not about having a status. It's about what you do with your life and what seeds you sow while you here. Either you gonna sow good seeds or you gonna sow bad seeds. That's what you're gonna be judged for when you make it through the gates of death. That's the only thing you're gonna be judged for. It's not gonna be about how big your house was, how much money you had in the bank, how many friends you had, how fast your car was, how many likes and views you got on social media, how many records you sold. It ain't gonna be about none of that. It's gonna be about What kind of seeds did you sow? Did you sow good seeds or did you sow bad seeds? We have to understand, like, life is short, man. Life is very, very short. And you can see it every day when you wake up just by how fast time passed by us every day. We already at another year. And then we're going to be at another year. And then for the ones that's fortunate to keep living to see the years come and go, you're going to see how fast time go by. Life is short. So make sure you sowing good seeds and you give people something good to talk about when you're gone. You know, you leave a good impression on people. You don't want to leave a negative impression on people. It's a lot of people who ain't with us no more. And even though they might be remembered for what they did, that don't mean that they necessarily left a good impression on other people. You know, Hitler was a, Soviet Union leader. You feel what I'm saying? He was one of the main ones that was looking to seek out certain agendas. Let me just put it like that. And he did it in certain ways to get it by any means necessary. He wanted to, use his power in a way to where he felt like it was best for him to use it. And he was a very, very powerful man. You dig what I'm saying? But the seeds that he sowed was negative. And only thing a lot of people can say or remember about that man, and I'm just using him as an example, is the seeds that he sowed. Is the seeds that he sowed. As a man, as a woman too, but as a man, I'm speaking in general. When I say man, I mean all of us, women and men, all of us, as humanity, as mankind. When you go through the gates of death, won't nothing matter. Won't nothing matter. When you take your last breath and your spirit is pushed out of your body into the universe, into the heavens, into outer darkness, at that point, ain't nothing gonna matter no more. But what kind of seeds did you sow? What kind of seeds did you sow? Not how much money you had. Not how many weights you can lift. Not how strong you was. Not by how many friends you had. Not by what you accumulated and what you conquered and what you were successful at. Ain't none of that gonna matter. The only thing gonna matter is what kind of seeds did you sow. When you meet your creator, the main thing you're gonna be judged by is your heart. Is your heart. What kind of seeds did you sow? What kind of impression did you leave on people? What people gonna remember you as? We have to understand that life is short. Make sure you leaving a good impression on people. Make sure you sowing good seeds. It ain't got to be in a way to where you accumulating a lot of success or a lot of wealth. That's not what I mean. It's just by having a good character about yourself, a good personality, treating people right, doing what's right. Even when you faced with all this negative shit around you and all this stuff you can get into that's against doing what's right. You choose at the end of the day for your own free will what kind of seeds you gonna sow on a day-to-day basis. You choose. You have that choice. You have that power. Can't nobody take that from you. We can talk about how things is not right when it comes to how we living, when it comes to laws, when it comes to legislation, when it comes to politics, when it comes to religion, when it comes to rules, when it comes to society expectations and the things that's expected of us. We could talk all day long about how things ain't right. But the thing you have power over and the thing you have to understand about what you can control is your free will and how you use it, and the seeds that you sow, and the fruit that you bear. The seeds that you sow is going to be the main thing that follow you when you push to outer darkness. So make sure you sowing good seeds and you leaving a good resume for your creator. And it might not all be good, but with the mercy and the grace of God, he understands that at times we're not going to be perfect, but he wants you to strive to become better, to become perfect, to become more like him, to become more of nature, to become righteous. This ain't got nothing to do with being a nice guy. This ain't got nothing. Get all that out your head. Get all that negativity out your head. This ain't got nothing to do with you letting people just run all over you. This ain't got nothing to do with that. We talking about leaving a good impression on people. What is people going to say about you after you gone? What is they going to say about you? How is they going to feel about you? How they going to react when your name get brought up? I know some people who's gone today who had a gang of wealth, but people don't even like to associate themselves with bringing up their name because they were so wicked and they lived an unrighteous life. They lived an evil life. They was very evil to a lot of people. They did a lot of wrong by people. And though they had wealth, though they had all the tangible goods, though they had everything this life got to offer for what we deem as being successful, the one thing that they didn't do, and the one thing that matters the most, they didn't sow good seeds while they was here. They didn't leave a good impression on others. They didn't sow good seeds while they was here. They had all the wealth. They had the status. They had everything that their heart desired. But they didn't sow good seeds. And now, a lot of those people, no matter how wealthy you was or you thought you was, or you think you is now, you're going to be judged. You're going to be judged based on the kind of seeds that you sowed in this life. So, I want to encourage everybody out there to think about what I'm saying. Leave a good impression on people. Leave a good impression on people. Watch what you say out your mouth. Watch how you treat people. If you do have some kind of wealth, if you do have some kind of claim to riches and fame and status, be wise enough to understand it ain't gonna last. Be wise enough to understand it's not about that. They tell us that it's about that. This is a part of their game. This is a part of they false reality that they gave us. But what is true riches? What is true wealth? What is true riches? Real riches come from within. It comes from the soul. It comes from the ka. Real riches come from wealth. Real riches come from people being able to relate to you in a positive way and gain something from you while you're here and after you're gone. Those are the riches that last a lifetime, that last for eons, that last for centuries. Those are the true riches, not this paper fiat currency, not your house, not your cars, not your clothes, not your jewelry. True riches come from within. It's already in our DNA. It's a part of our makeup. You already rich. You one of the most richest people. You couldn't even imagine how much wealth and riches you have. From the moment in the time you took your breath when you was a child to the last day when you take your last breath as an adult. You lived a rich life, a wealthy life. It's nothing more better than life. It's nothing more richer than life, than nature. Having the ability to be here and having the ability to see God's creation. That's true riches. That's true wealth. Everything else that we chasing and that we looking for and that we bragging about and that we beating each other up over and that we killing over and we stealing over, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. It's trash. What kind of seeds is you sowing? This is what God want to know today. This is a message from the Creator. This is what God want to know today. I'm not the Almighty Creator, but it is my Father and my Mother who art in heaven who put this on my mind, to put this on your mind. What kind of seeds is you sowing? What kind of impressions is you leaving on people? Is you negative? Is you always vindictive? Is you one of them people who, play on people's innocence and manipulate people? And you try to use people and get over on people? Is you always bragging about your wealth, your riches? Or is you the kind of person who like being in nature? Who has a list of manners? Who helps people? who wish people well, who do right by people. What kind of seeds is you sowing? Your riches ain't gonna matter. From the moment you take your last breath, ain't nothing gonna matter after that. Nothing gonna matter. And it's gonna go by like this. You're gonna wake up and your spirit is gonna be pushed into outer darkness. And your creator gonna wanna know, what kind of seeds did you sow? Everything you do in this life, everything you say, the way you treat people, the way you react, the things you respond to, the things you think about, everything you do, you being judged for each and every second of the day. You being judged for everything you do. You leaving a resume. You writing your own script. And all I'm saying is, what kind of script is you writing? Is you sure? Is you sure you a good person? Is you sure you writing a good script? Is you sure God is with you and God approve of the things you do and the things you say? Is you sure how you live in your life is a righteous, it's righteous. It's a righteous way that God wants us to live. Is you sure? Because the only thing gonna matter after you walk through them gates of death is what kind of seeds did you sow? Don't fall into this trap of thinking of this third dimensional plane, this physical reality is to be sought after in a way to where you give all your time and attention to it and you don't have no regard for the afterlife. You don't have no, you're not even, don't get caught up in this fake reality of thinking that you doing something because of you got a little bit of wealth, or thinking you doing something because of people told you how good you can write, read, draw, color, spell. Don't get caught up into thinking that you have to talk about everything to impress other people, or you go out your way to impress other people. Don't get caught up into chasing money, chasing cars, chasing women, chasing men. We all got death in common. Death gonna hit us all whenever it decide to hit us. That's one thing we can't control. It's the unpredictable. It's the great mystery of life. What awaits us after death? Our Creator want to know while we here, while we living, while we in the flesh, what kind of seeds is you sowing for yourself? What kind of impressions is you leaving on people? Be wise. Be wise. Be wise. I would say be humble, but I feel like we use that word too loosely. I'm going to just say be wise. Be thankful. Have gratitude. Appreciate the small things. Appreciate the small things, man. We get so busy and caught up into this rat race of life. How other people tell us to live. How other people deem what's successful. How other people deem what's truth. How other people deem what's truth. All I'm saying is think about this. Stop and think wherever you at when you see this message. And ask yourself, what kind of seeds is you sowing? All right? So, thank y'all, man. Appreciate all the love, the support. Y'all keep God first, man. Keep God first. Keep God first. Keep God first. Y'all stay blessed and y'all stay true. I'll let y'all later.